I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hey, what's going on, YouTube world? Welcome back to our channel here at Underdeveloped. Tyrell and Nick here, and we are covering Project Hail Mary.
Damn right.
We're hitting you with another movie review yet again, of course, because that's what we do. And this movie is directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes,
Yeah,
you
Phil Lord
are.
and Chris Miller. Yes, they directed movies like 21 and 22 Jump Street, which I liked back in the days.
Hail Mary is the story of the science teacher named Grace, played by Ryan Gosling. According to Wikipedia, his name is Ryland Grace, but I swear they never fucking say his first name in the entire movie. So I'm not even going to call him that. I'm just going to call him Grace.
That's what they do in the movies.
Exactly. And Grace, when we first meet with him, he wakes up with amnesia on a spaceship, and everyone around him is dead, and he's in the middle of goddamn nowhere. He's by his son, which he thinks is Earth's son at first, but then he realizes where he is. He's like, no, that's not my son. How do I get home? And of course, we get this back and forth between our A-plot of him trying to figure out with more memories, trying to figure out what's going on, and the B-plot, which kind of explains the context for everything, where he was the science teacher who used to be a scientist that people really didn't like. He got hooked up with this government organization to study these microbiological organisms from space. That's called the astrophage. And he doesn't discover this, but he's informed that the astrophage is forming this line between Venus and the sun that's actually blocking the sun and actually eating parts of it. So less light will be coming to Earth, which means all the crops are going to die, and lots of people are going to die as our environment cools. Really bad, terrible thing. So really, the whole story of the B-plot, of all the context, is justifying him getting his ass into space, destroying the space crew, and trying to go out there and save the Earth. But when he's in space, or our A-plots, we see he meets this alien astronaut called Rocky, who is literally this rocket alien who has a similar story to him. He's the only survivor of his ship that's here to save their planet from the same thing. So they work together and form a very beautiful friendship, and eventually do discover a solution, which is these predator microbes that can eat these guys. So they send them back, and then Ryan Gosling has to go back for Rocky to save Rocky because he's in the dire shit. And that's basically the whole plot of the movie, that they eventually just go back to Rocky's planet and live on from there.
Yeah, but with the option to go back home if he chose to. He's kind of teaching the aliens.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling looks a little conflicted about it.
Yeah, which kind of mirrors his beginning because he was teaching kids.
Yeah,
teaching alien kids.
Exactly. He's teaching them about the things they don't know, like radiation and the theory of relativity, I guess. Anyways, that is basically the plot of Project Hail Mary. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie a lot. It reminded me a lot of Spaceman, starring Adam Sandler, but this is a much more optimistic and upbeat version of that. Not to say this is a super upbeat movie. This is actually a very intense story with a lot of close calls, a lot of shit that goes wrong. But it is a very emotional story that has a very fine balance between good character interactions and also hard sci-fi science stuff to be explained. Like I'd argue it feels kind of like a Star Trek movie in ways, because it is very much, the science is there and it is important. It's not like the crux of the story. It is very much about the characters and them getting along and them interacting, and it actually reminds me of a very famous Next Generation episode where Picard is on this planet with this alien and they can't understand each other. It sounds just like gibberish to them. The translator isn't doesn't really work with his language structure. It just sounds like random words. But over time, they slowly learn each other's languages a bit. They understand how to actually communicate with each other and are actually able to become friends. And we do see that exact sort of thing happen here, as Rocky isn't able to speak English, obviously, and Ryan Gosling has to develop a whole fucking thing to, like, language translator so that they can actually communicate via words. And I thought that was a very cool thing to depict on screen.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Arrival is kind of a big plot point. That's how to communicate with aliens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so as I said, this movie kind of takes inspiration from a lot of different sci-fis from like the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of made it into this, kind of put in this gumbo and kind of, you know, made it its own thing. But you can see, obviously, there's some inspirations here and there. I assume that means the book kind of had that too, because this is a pretty modern book. So I assume this guy had a lot of those movies and books in mind already.
Yeah, and Andy Weir is highly involved. Like, he is one of the producers of this movie.
Yeah, so which is pretty. This is good because you always want the people that's involved in the source to, you know, I mean, not necessarily create it, but definitely be involved in the process.
Oh, definitely.
So he can approve what works and what doesn't work. So I mean, I thought Ryan Gosling really killed it as a lead. It kind of gave me similar. His performance kind of gave me similar vibes to what he was doing for the Hitman. You know, he played like a very likable main character with issues, confidence issues, but he also has like.
You mean the Subman?
No, the Hitman.
Ryan Gosling was in the Hitman.
No, Stuntman. No, right?
Yeah, Stuntman.
Was it called Stuntman?
I think so. Pretty sure.
I think it's called a stunt guy or some shit. No, the Fall Guy. It's called the Fall Guy.
Okay, the Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy. Yeah, that's what it's called. Because Stuntman didn't sound right either. I think there's something called Stuntman. Anyways, yeah, like how he was in the Fall Guy, like, you know what I mean, like likable but definitely kind of messed up. You know what I mean? Has a complicated history, especially with women, and over kind of a mess, but also endearing and also just, you know, comical. You know what I mean? Like not like super, because he's usually like the hot smoldering guy. You know what I mean? But here he's playing like kind of flawed, kind of even nerdy.
Yeah.
And funny, silly, not be taken too seriously, but can still balance serious tones because it's a dramedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not a pure comedy. It's like a sci-fi drama first.
Yeah.
But
it just has some humor in it.
Not as the humor, it has a lot of humor in it, but the humor isn't the only aspect. It's like a movie with humor in it. Kind of like a Marvel movie, but not like super silly. It's still like,
the humor doesn't actually distract from the
exactly. But the humor is there, but the humor adds to it.
Yeah,
or adds a layer to it. You know, it makes sense. It works. You know what I mean?
It doesn't ruin the emotionality of anything else.
It's like comic relief, but exactly. It functions within the movie well instead of just being overwhelmingly present content to the point where it just distracts from the main.
Yeah, it's actually proper comic relief and not oversaturated slop that ruins things.
Yeah, that's the problem, because I mean, like, they kind of turn those kind of movies, you know, comical, but the problem with MCU, they just beat it too much.
Exactly.
We just come too oversaturated.
Can't even take it seriously.
Exactly.
Like, you make all
everything.
And
they do it in serious moments too. They'll have a serious vibe and just break it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point, dude?
And hell, Blue Beetle did the same thing. Mm-hmm. I know it's not Marvel, but yeah.
Yeah, because they could copy and understand this. So a lot of movies and franchises work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, that is.
Yeah, but other than that, you know what I mean? I think he's very likable. I think he had a great performance, even though he didn't get recognized for it because of the kind of movie it is.
Yeah, likely not. I mean, this movie is notable, so maybe there's a chance, but I kind of doubt it.
This movie kind of tells the movie kind of like how Arrow tells stories. Like, you kind of have the main plot, and then you have like what Oliver was doing in the past, and kind of telling two stories within the same, you know what I mean, time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Within the same time frame. So like, it works in that way.
Yeah, it does. Your A plot is the present. Your B plot is the past.
It's like Oppenheimer when it's like, you know, he's kind of adding this way of doing things just cause it's like a real purpose on it, because
there wasn't Oppenheimer's worse because they had like 3 different time periods to jump by.
Exactly. But this way it actually felt intentional and actually worked with the story.
Yeah, which is how I think it's supposed to. I think like narrative structures like this are best done when there's actually a purpose for it.
Yeah. Like
Reservoir Dogs kind of does that in a sense, but it does it very well because, like, okay, it does that so it can make a certain plot element a twist. And it's really good. And I won't give it that way because we haven't seen Reservoir Dogs, because I know you haven't seen it yet, and we probably will at some point. So that is what it is. But yeah, I do like it when it's done for a reason. When it's done just cause, like Oppenheimer, maybe it's a pacing thing. Maybe the pacing wouldn't have worked if everything was told chronologically. But as far as I can tell, it was done just cause. Like there wasn't any real rhyme or reason to it. It didn't feel like it, at least. I didn't think anything was like gained from structuring the movie the way it was. But again, as I said, maybe it's a pacing thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Some stories just better told in the most interesting way possible. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I agree. I think Ryan Gosling is really great in this movie. Like he probably is like the standout performance of it, mostly because so much of it just relies on him alone until he finally has like the and even then, like there's him alone and there's him with the alien and him in the past with the humans. So we do get to see a lot of different shades of his performance, which is very interesting to see.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And honestly, I love the bond between Ryan Gosling, this person he really can't talk to, but of course he finally learned how to communicate properly.
Yeah.
Even before you actually had a voice and you just had like the screen, it was like I still felt it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it found a way to make that relationship like the main focus of the movie. You know what I mean? And really, I felt the emotion.
Yeah.
I felt the connection. I felt that these are people that didn't want to leave each other and they really confided in each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of it's two people in the same predicament, both marooned. You know what I mean? And then they work together to find their ways back to their respective homes, and then they kind of work together to kind of sacrifice himself. And then Ryan Gosling had this whole death, B plot where it's like, like he's dealing with the fact that he's was willingly put out there, in the cold vacuum space.
Willingly,
to
quote.
die. Yeah, supposedly willingly, you know what I mean? And, his whole thing about making peace with it, but not really, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that people say, I think that his whole thing was just powerful.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's not coming back. And so I think that's like beautiful and devastating at the same time. It's kind of a catch-22 because, if he doesn't do it, then the world's screwed.
Mm-hmm.
If he does do it, he's screwing himself,
Yeah. Also, like, that's just one of the many moments in this movie where you really feel the impact of their relationship. Like, because even when they're leaving and they think they'll never see each other again, you feel that.
Yeah.
It feels real.
Especially the special way they say goodbye to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just sharing hobbies with each other, getting to know each other. It's
Yeah.
things that, like, you could be in a completely different species and you could find a way to find common ground, but a lot of people can't even do it with people with different skin colors.
Very true.
And I think the movie definitely has elements of that, in a very pure way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely it does. Like, it is just a beautiful friendship on screen, and you're rooting for these two, and it's great, and it gives you a very fucking happy ending, like an unrealistic one because they would have died like 1,000,000 times in this movie. But hey, it is for the sake of the story, and I like the story in this movie. It's very good, and the ending. I feel like it makes you like the characters enough to justify the very Hollywood ending. Like, it doesn't feel out of place here.
I agree.
Like it does in some movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I thought the ending of Top Gun Maverick was a little too happy because because Maverick survives.
Exactly.
And it felt like against the tone of that movie.
Yeah. I mean, he's old now, so like you might as well write him out.
Yeah. I didn't really see a need to keep him. It would have been a good death, and they teased us with his death, but no, they brought him back, and I thought that made that movie weaker than what it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, this movie also has a very Hollywood ending, but the whole movie feels very Hollywood. Like, it feels very classic Hollywood. And when I say classic, I mean like 80s, 90s Hollywood. Which I know some of you older ones were like, that's not classic. I'm old. I'm joking. Yeah. But whatever. Like, what I mean is, it feels like an older movie in that sense. So it does, unlike Top Gun Maverick, where it feels like a newer movie, with just featuring some older characters. So it actually feels more justified here to have the Hollywood ending than I think it did in that one.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all great points, and I think the movie definitely balances the science, the elements of Martian finding ways to basically the impossible with science. You have to find their way home.
Yeah,
you had this heartwarming 80s, 90s feel good aspect to it. You had the alien, human, interracial,
interspecies,
yeah,
because they're in the same dimension.
Yeah. I couldn't find a word, but interspecies, fornication. Sorry,
friendship. They don't fuck in the movie.
I don't know why I said that. I was thinking, the fornication just passed my brain. But yeah, because intersex, intersex friendship, similar to how the main characters in E.T. was, and other films with like roles like buddy, like unlikely buddies. You know what I mean? Of different walks of life.
That raises a good question because you accidentally said intersex, and that made me think: do the rock people even have gender? I don't think it's ever been firmly established.
I don't know, but definitely have interspecies, but yeah,
because I don't know it's firmly established.
I know he said he has a mate, so I don't know if that's a boy or girl, and if they even confirm it, this is mate.
Or even if they do boys and girls, if that's even a thing that these rocks people do.
I mean, all we know that he definitely has a partner.
That's true. That is literally all we know about their sex life, about rock alien sex life.
Ryan Gosling was kind of dulled them as a, he kind of dulled them as a male. I said Ryan Gosling's character kind of just dulled him as a male.
Yeah, he kind of just assumed.
Actually, kind of sexist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been a girl this whole time if he was.
Or it could have been neither, or something.
I mean,
else
probably neither, or probably something another indicator.
Because like
probably not the same.
Exactly. I mean, even then, like, who knows if aliens do gender or would do gender the same way we do? We have no way of knowing that.
Is true.
They could be doing completely different, crazy shit that we don't fucking know about.
That is true. Yeah, man. From like the Ryan Gosling performance, the videos, all been pretty dope.
Yeah. Overall, I absolutely adored this movie. This is great. Just like Send Help was great. Just like The Bride was great. Yeah, we've been very lucky.
Solid run so far. Movies that we did make the time to see.
Yes, except for Scream 7. Fuck you, Scream 7. Yeah. Anyways, absolutely go see Project Hail Mary in theaters. I believe it's now time for scores. Unless you have anything else to add.
I think I'm good. I mean, this movie honestly gets like a 94 to me. This is pretty solid freaking movie, man. It has good humor, plays properly. It has action, has a science, has like still of suspense, has camaraderie, friendship, all the elements that I love in existence. In a movie, this is what I look for in movies, for entertainment value, to feel good. You know what I mean? And this movie, I feel, delivers on that. Honestly, this is a really fun, really interesting, intriguing watch. It covers the spectrum. It covers dopamine. It covers it covers things that make me learn. You know what I mean? It's patient where it needs to be. It has humor in it to balance everything out. I mean, and it's a solid sci-fi with decent visuals. And it's a friendship that you can sink your teeth into. Character dynamics that you can sink your teeth into. That kind of informs. I mean, that's kind of idea.
Yeah, and an alien design that's actually pretty unique.
Exactly.
And I completely agree. I would also give this like 94, 95. I think that's like the perfect range for this movie. It's really damn good. Absolutely, go see it in theaters. Support it. I'm glad it's doing well. Thank fuck a good movie is actually doing well in the box office.
God, yes, because that's what we need. We need more movies like this coming. There's a risk. Like, IP's not that famous coming out a few years ago. But it's where it did.
Yeah, I mean, The Martian did do well as a movie. So
very good Martian.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Martian movie is what made the Martian book popular, if I'm not mistaken.
I could see that.
Yeah, because like I think the Martian book was a web novel before the movie came out.
Wow.
Yeah, but that movie made a lot of money, and now this movie is also going to make a lot of money. I don't know if Andy Weir is capable of writing something that isn't a man getting stranded in space, but regardless, he's doing well for himself because his two big movie adaptations are both very good and successful.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah. So please go watch the movie. Support movies in theaters. Always support good movies in theaters. Give them your damn money. Go have a good weekend. Go fucking see it. And of course, hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment down below telling us what you thought about Project Hail Mary. And we'll catch you next time for some more content, because there's always going to be more content.
Absolutely. This is like easily the biggest. Yeah, I mean, seriously. This movie was awesome. It deserves to be watched. It's like one of the biggest like openings for a movie of this caliber that's not too steeped in.
It's the biggest opening of a movie this year so far.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a movie that's kind of damn the original. It's nothing grounded in too much like marketable. Like, I don't know. It is not. It wasn't marketed a lot. It wasn't marketed
It really
like
was.
how a lot of big movies are, and that's the big problem. A lot of movies isn't true, but this movie really wasn't.
Yes,
The fact that
even more so than usual.
Yeah, so the fact that he was, I mean, the fact that it was, I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, like,
because I didn't see anything going into this movie. All I heard was the title. That's just from word of mouth.
yeah,
No trailers, no posters, no
Like-
none.
I saw like a trailer spot. I saw videos. You know what I mean? Like just like random trailers and spots I'll see like on like apps like Instagram, whatever else. And a couple times, not even loud. And even that's like within the month that the film is gonna drop. You know what I mean? Like you need months of it. Like this movie should have been getting promos since like last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, easily.
Yeah, it should have been a big movie event that was really hyped up, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
And that's the problem.
That is.
Yeah, without further ado, that's our scores. I am 9.3 and you are 9.4 and you were
9.5.
Oh, cool. So yeah, so that's it. Definitely watch this film. Stay tuned for all of our other reviews and videos because we have a lot coming at you.
Damn right we do.
Later, guys. Peace.